Hey guys, happy holidays. This is Orshi and this is my Christmas deck. Yoo-hoo! It's freaking Christmas already. I'm still struggling with the fact that this year is ending, but at least I still I have the deck, and let's pretend maybe this is better. Let's pretend that there is enough light for this video because I'm up for like 2 hours now and I was just patiently waiting for the sun to come up, and the sun came up and there's a lot of clouds, so it's overcast, so like awesome. We have no snow, we have rain, so it's a beautiful, wonderful Christmas morning. But hey, at least I have a new deck. I have quite a few new decks that arrived before the holidays, so that's cool. I also have a lot of too much chocolate, so I'm gonna probably be dying in the next week or so, and I'm still sick, so all is well. And I have these beautiful I know it's plastic, and everything, but I have hollow icicle ornaments, and I just love them. And I kind of miss my long nails, and I want to make long nails, so I might do that. And you don't care about that, and I completely understand. But if you don't care about me babbling about the deck, there's gonna be a link in the description for a flip through where you can just listen to some music or even mute the video, put on your own music, and just watch the cards. So if you only care about that, it was nice to see you. Bye. But hey, if you're here for me as well, not just for the deck, then thank you so much and welcome. And look, this is the moon. It should be the moon on the front. This is a Lisa Robertson deck, illustrated by Josh Tufts, who I follow on Instagram because he posts not a lot, but he posts his artwork, and I really, really like what he's posting. That was, the reason why I was originally interested in this deck, because I saw the artwork and I was just like, this is the perfect storybook sort of deck that I could use around this time, because I wanted something connecting to the holidays, and what I kind of realizing, it's more nostalgia than anything these days, but hey. But I wanted a deck for this reason, and that's as good as excuse as any. But also, Lisa Robertson is a brilliant one. I have the Mermaid Tarot, which I absolutely adore and love, so I have expectations of this deck, just say. And this is a Llewellyn deck, so cardstock is what it's gonna be. We have a big, still heavy, colorful and lovely, and let's ignore the pictures because we're not spoiling ourselves around here. This is the back and some cards we're not looking at. You can, I am not. So yeah, I'm going to go and read this guidebook at some point. I have so many guidebooks to read that it's not even funny. Oh, look, it's not a simple colored one like in the Mermaid. But we have, well, there's a lot of fire. Could be the Four of Wands, maybe? I don't know. But this is the box, as beautiful and as usual, and as space consuming as any Llewellyn. Oh, look at that. So, and there is a help for people to remove the cellophane, which is always appreciated because I never have anything around me to, do that. Awesome. So yeah, it's a bit, I think it's I think a Mermaid was the same. It's a tad bit smaller than a regular size tarot. I think my Heaven and Earth tarot is regular size, but you can find all the, you probably won't be able to see anything, so, and it's not happening either because the colors are so similar. But maybe this way you can see that there's there's no difference in the width, but it's a bit smaller, which to be honest I don't mind. I really, really like this size for someone who has small hands like me. It's very, very much appreciated. And let me just adjust the camera and go a bit closer. And I'm back. hopefully this is good enough. I mean, this is what I have, because I'm not waiting more. Like, this is my Christmas. Like, today is Christmas. I mean, not for me really. For me, Christmas Eve is the main thing, but there was no way in hell that I could film a walkthrough yesterday. So, you know, like in the afternoon. Ooh, we have the fool who's riding the dog who's kind of like like maybe turning into smoke. And the sun is speaking. You know, it does have that. I kind of, you know, I'm expecting this to be metallic, but it's not. But it kind of feels like it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, you know, hallucinating from eating too much chocolate, but it kind of gives off that slight metallic feel, which really suits. And this is the back. I mean, I was sold, I think, when I looked at the back. It's reversible. I don't read reversals, but if, you know, that could be interesting. And I just realized that there are constellations around here on the card. I never realized that when I was looking at, you know, previews. There was not a lot of preview on Amazon, but I was okay with it. And yeah, there was a lot of delays with this deck, obviously, because of a certain thing. Oh, the magician! Look at that! Doesn't it look like Christmas? I know it's it's a circus. I'm aware, and you know it makes me think about Britney's song. That's one of my favorite videos ever of her. I just hope she doesn't hate it because she looked so good with the short hair and with the whole thing. The magician. Interesting to see all these tiny, you know, figures. Okay, High Priestess. Oh, that's so good. And so fitting. This whole thing for the circus. Oh, I like that. And she's, you know, holding the curtain. Oh, I mean, I don't know why these, like, there's a star and there's a tree with some globe spear inside. I hope there's, you know, some explanation of the artwork choice. Huh. Does it look like a bit like a scene from Alice? And, you know, she can be pregnant or she can be me and, you know, had too much cake. And I know a lot of people don't like, you know, pregnant empresses, but for me it's important because being pregnant and pregnancy is important for people to, you know, don't go extinct. And I think there needs to be a representation of that in the cards. And if you don't want to read someone who's, you know, identifying as a woman or whatever, doesn't matter. But, you know, if you want to read those feminine energies without the pregnancy, you have the High Priestess. If you want to, or you have a lot of queens to choose from. The Emperor. And I love that, you know, this is the big, strong, whatever, but here's the tiny one. Without the tiny people, you're nothing. I really love the colors. And I honestly don't know what the medium is. It can be, I don't know, it's pencil or kind of gives me chalk or pastel even. Yeah, I will check the guidebook, but if there are no answers, I know where Josh is on Instagram, so I'm gonna ask. Maybe he'll answer. Oh, we have the Hierophant who's, you know, organizing and not organizing, what's the word? Conducting the show. And there are again the constellations coming out. At least it looks like constellations. That's a very interesting Hierophant. Okay, we have the lovers. Oh, so typical, right? There's always a love story in every circus. The chariot. Oh, that's an interesting one. You know, like these people wearing masks are not, you know, they are in here instead of the sphinxes or horses, and they kind of look like they're more in a position of exploiting these people, which is quite interesting for a chariot. Okay, we have strength. That's also typical for a circus, so that's good. We have the hermit, which could be a scene from, you know, something in the program. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this could have been more of a... I was expecting, you know, that when people are throwing knives into someone who's standing in front of a... But maybe that wasn't what they were aiming for with the meaning of the card. And I really like these two colors, and it kind of looks like pastel, but I'm not well versed in recognizing pastels. I just know when something is watercolor. It could be digital as well, you know, I don't know. Justice. Oh, interesting. Ooh, the Hangman is a good one. Then we have two fishes. Is the Hangman connected to Pisces? I don't think so. Death. Huh. I mean, this is clearly the Magician. And the Fool as well. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, the Fool who became the Magician, I guess. And is that like leaving the magic? The magic is leaving the hat? That's a death for you. Oh, look at that, how beautiful. This is such a magical deck. In the Harry Potter, you know, kind of way, which I really love. Because I don't have a good Harry Potter deck. Yet, I need to make myself one. Just for personal use. The Devil. Interesting. More on the BDSM side. The Tower. I mean, obviously you could make something like those not trampolines, but you know, when they go up to jump down into the trampolines and stuff like that. You could have made something like that that's more connected to the circus. Oh, that's beautiful. The star with the sacred geometry. I love the clouds and the colors. I mean, the pinks and the purples on this card it's quite beautiful. And we have the moon from the box. Oh, and the sun. I'm usually not a fan of, you know, moons and suns with faces, but these are more faces than the celestial bodies, so I'm good. And I love that this sun has a mustache. Like, look at that, that's Gerald. I mean, obviously you need glasses, but I'm probably gonna think about Gerald, which is not a bad thing at all. Judgment. Tarot Stash, by the way. If anyone is not subscribed to his channel, please do so, because I'm frequent on his channel as well, and he's just a lovely person, and he does a lot for building the community. So yeah, go subscribe. Tarot Stash. Judgment. again with the Queen of, with the Alice theme, Queen of Hearts, kind of. But interesting, like the Piper, was that the one? Oh, the bird. It's not as beautiful because we're fucking it up, but all of these would look so good on the wall as prints. And I don't know if you can see, but there are figures here, under. And there's the magician. I mean, just based on the hat on top of the bird. Which is where you're gonna be. Ah, no. Okay, I need to come back because they are grouped the pages together and then the queens and the kings, and I'm not doing that. So give me a second. Okay, so I'm sorry, but I understand that they were grouping the court cards together, but I really don't like to do that. I like going through the suits and then the court cards, and I hate doing that, when I'm doing my first impression walkthrough, because even though I'm trying not to look at the cards, it's kind of spoiling things for me, and I am not appreciative of it. So I don't know, please don't do that if it's possible. If people want to see the card cards together, they can. I don't know, I just don't like it. It's my personal thing, but yeah, I really don't like that. But what I saw already is that they are color-coded, all the suits, which is awesome, because I look at the minors as elemental suits, and I like when I can distinguish them easily by the color theme. So, Ace of Pentacles with a clock. Who has a Pentacles for a nose? Okay. I mean, I read the Ace of Pentacles is something that can lead to a long-term potential, long-term opportunity if you use this chance. So that's good. But I'm not sure if that was the intention. There's a lot that I can, already see that there's gonna be a deep dive into the guidebook, because I love this one. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm gonna wait till the sword suit and just check one card. But look at that, how beautiful this is. So yeah, I absolutely adore this art style and artwork. So Josh Tufts, I hope I'm saying his name right, is brilliant, and I'm so happy he illustrated this deck, because he did a very, very good and amazing job, in my personal opinion. Three of Pentacles. Ooh, nice. We have the four. Oh, look at that! Look at you. Can I go? Can I just be on a spaceship already? I mean, Four of Pentacles, feeding the the giant robot, which is not a typical Four of Pentacles. Okay, you know what? I don't care. We're gonna check what the Four of Pentacles means. Of course. So the court cards are grouped as they were in the books as well. So yeah, I understand that it's a choice, but still don't have to like it. I don't know. I know that court cards, are not necessarily part of the suit's progression, but I don't know. I still look at them as the groups of energies and elemental groups. I'm not really complaining. I know it sounds like it, but it's just a mild annoyance, because I hate spoilers. I really, really hate. But you can see, if you want to work with a guidebook without the cards, because that can be inconvenient, you can do that, because you have and if your eyesight is not that good, there's a chance for you to look at the artwork in much more detail, which is always awesome. So The Four of Pentacles is ally. When one bows to the machine, are they offering themselves as faithful servants, or are they merely showing devotion to the world in which they are part of? Very good question. The machine glows with a golden pentacle deep inside its mouth, as you can see there. Yet it's hard to tell if it's asking for more, or merely there's a symbol of the potential of the material world. Could be. We are surrounded by things, we desire things, we exchange things. However, it is important to know if you consider yourself as just another thing to be consumed, or if you see yourself as someone who has power over the things that the world and you create. Our players on stage could be both, and perhaps we should view them without judgment, as we all have to engage with the material world in a way that is aligned to who we are. See, I told you the guidebook is just so good. So there's no, so the ally is the upright and the challenger is the shadow aspect. And like I said, I don't read reversals, but I do read the shadow side of the card when I feel like it, because sometimes it's quite obvious that we're not talking about happy stuff. So the challenger for this one is you may have given away your power, and you might be simply working to feed the machine instead of seeing how the machine can feed you. It is easy to get lost in the world of things and to allow it to control your fears and doubt. Yeah. Just keep in mind that you are the one with all the pentacles and you get to decide where you put them. Therefore, be mindful of where you're placing your power. And I love that, even though pentacles are connected to the earthly elements, it's usually our finances and money, but and I love reading the pentacles as energy, because you don't just share your money, monetary things with others. You share your energy, your attention, your time and love with other people. And yeah, the Four of Pentacles is exactly how I read it. It's about being mindful who you share with your resources with. So I'm so happy. Look at that. So yeah, let's see. I think it's gonna be another Mermaid Tarot. So expect me talking about this deck in all sorts of places, I think. Five of Pentacles, and we are on. Oh, interesting. Are we spending the money on top of the world and not caring for other people? Could be. Or are we, down here and just looking up at others who have more than we do? Six of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it does have some metallic sheen, so yeah. Oh, okay. That's an interesting one. You're kind of, using your pentacles as to fish for people. But I like this one. Eight of Pentacles. And I kind of like that, this is a teamwork. There are multiple people working on this one, not just one. Because even though, I do read the Eight of Pentacles as in the need of perfecting something, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it alone. Okay, come on, 9. Leave the 10 behind. For a second I was like, oh, please don't, ruin the artwork, because I'm not waiting for another one to be sent out. That would be like, no. That, again, with the White Rabbit, it does have that Alice feel. Which is kind of interesting, because I just saw an Alice deck on Robin Toadstool Tarot's channel, which was kind of... it is a Pippish deck, but it kind of looks like a deck that I would still consider getting. I don't know, because I kind of want an Alice deck, but that was the first one that I was, really liking the artwork. And, just imagine an Alice deck in this sort of art style. That would be brilliant, in my opinion. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, that's interesting as well. Because, you know, he's on stage, but it looks more like because he has a room, that he's cleaning up the stage after the show ended, and they're like, oh wait, what's happening there? And that's the magician, but that was the devil. So it's very interesting. Trying to take that away from other people, maybe. Okay, we have the page with a very nice eyeshadow palette. Ooh, I like this one. I mean, I know I would be killed within seconds, but sometimes I'm like, it would be so cool to live in something like The Witcher, you know, the world, where you can wear stuff like that. You can be something like that. And I know, like I said, I'm aware of my physical abilities. I would be killed quickly. But that would mean magic. So this is the knight who's the page dressed up, which is cool. And it's interesting, you know, this sort of a dress put together from two sides. Again, with the, oh god, the constellations. I always want to say zodiacs, but no. Okay. And I kind of like, you know, now I can see it more how they connect to each other than if they would be all the pages, all the knights. It wouldn't be that obvious at first glance. Oh, I was kind of thinking about that, you know, the two sides. One of them is the queen's side and the other is the king, which is interesting that we have, you know, the two sides that are supposed to be more leveled up here together. But, you know, in this case, they are creating, and, you know, it could be, you know, just one person, but the two sides, which I really like. And I absolutely love the crowns. Look at that. Okay. And, you know, everybody has one masculine and one feminine side, so I appreciate that. Ace of Cups. With some bubbles. Two of Cups, and see, it has a more of a bluish tone. The Three. Cheers to that. Even if you know, it's raining and the water is not calm, we are here for each other and we support each other, which is really cool. Oh god, I love the colors, so beautiful. Four of Cups. No, and there's a face here. The Five. The Six. A lot of happiness. And we have the dog who's like, hey! That's quite interesting. It looks like a, you know, a human's arm. The way it just, you know, he holds his paw. So interesting. Ooh! Look at that, the Seven of Cups with a one-eyed octopi. No octopus, but that's a very interesting one as well, and I really like it. This is much more in the magical creature realm, this suit. Eight of Cups. Oh, interesting. Because the fish is dead. Or blind. 9 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups. The cups are not as expressive at first glance, but hey. Okay, so all the pages are gonna be the same. They are sitting in front of a mirror with pretty much the same, just a suit. I mean, there must be a reason, but I kinda don't like when things repeat themselves like that. I don't even remember which one. Oh yeah, the White Newman has those aces that are look exactly the same, just the color is different. I mean, these are all beautiful. I'm not saying they're not, just I don't really get anything at first glance. I don't get how they are different, you know, what the suit's specific attributes are just by looking at these. But we'll read the guidebook to see how it is. Ace of Wands with fire, tigers, and people and stuff like that. Oh, this is so much circus of power. 2 of Wands. Oh, hello. The 3 of Wands. And 4. The 2 people, okay. It's nice. It would be a really cool show to watch. And the 5. And the 6. You hardly can see the people from all the fire. The 7. Interesting. I mean, we have the magician's hat. And I guess that's why there was no people in the magician card, because anybody can be. 8 of Wands. I wasn't thinking about this to be the 8 of Wands. I mean, let's check. There's the 8 of Wands. I'm not gonna read it because just skim it through. So the energy is building. The end of the act is not too far away. So this is where you go big or go home. So that energy that, you know, just before the what's it called? Conclusion, whatever. Okay, so it's more about go big or go home. And the challenge part is that sometimes that scares the shit out of us and we don't dare to act. Which is true. 9 of Wands. But I can see why Jonathan said that his deck is different from what he expected, because it definitely is. Okay, 10 of Wands. Interesting. And then we're back to the page who's getting ready. A cat suit. And then the 2 sides of the energy. Which, like I said, it's cool, but do you get a King of Wands from this one? I don't get that. I don't get anything out of them. Just what I know, and that's kind of disappointing, to be honest. But this is just the first impression, so, you know, don't need to scream at me. I will read the guidebook. The guidebook is good, I know that. And I love the artwork, so Let's have faith. Ace of Wands. Oh, I love these swords. Yeah, one of them, you know, the things that I saw when I looked at the back and I was like, oh, cool. Oh, interesting. Like, oh, what am I supposed to do? And like, you need to hold it up. The Two of Swords. Okay. Another not usual one. You have the Three of Swords. Oh, interesting. Were that the dreams that died? Four of Swords. We definitely get the taking rest in the middle of a fight, which kind of is nice. I think it's kind of nice because sometimes we just read the Four of Swords as, oh, you need to take a rest, and you know, like you just need to take a nap. But the Four of Swords shows up when you're really draining your energy and you need to take a break because you're gonna end up in a Ten of Swords if you don't do that. At least how I read it. Five of Swords. Ah, that was the one that I was thinking about for the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. I don't know how many times I said interesting. I'm not gonna count it. But you can do a game, you know. Take a shot every time I say interesting. Six of Swords. And the Seven. It kind of looks like could be a page or could be someone from the audience. Oh, look at that spidery Eight of Swords energy. Being caught in the middle of the web, but you have a sword. 9. I kind of have a little of a Nine of Swords energy as well with all the spidery, you know, creatures. I mean, there's a risk of falling down, I guess. And then we have the 10. Oh. I'm quite curious by the perspective, you know. And then we have the usual, the Page, the Knight, the Queen and the King, and I'm not even getting the colors, you know, are not that swordsy for me either, even though it could be, you know, the more wintry attire. And ooh, I like the purple. So yeah, I'm not sure what I think about the court cards yet, but we have time to play with this, you know, this deck, so we'll see. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and happy holidays, and see you, I don't know when, next time. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. That all helps my channel. Subscribe to my second channel where I do live readings and post pick a card readings, and you know, use these decks in action so you can see them how they perform in a complex reading if you're curious. And yeah, everything important in the description, how to support this channel if you find value in what I do. And yeah, thank you so much, and have a lovely week, or you know, early next year and stuff like that. Bye.